as Candace lets us know that it is, in fact, round one.
It's time to get down.
You think it's going to start fast?
I know Freeman will. Freeman's going to come right to the center. Usually he does glove touch. One of my most anticipated fights of the night, Bermudez versus Freeman.
Bermudez in the southpaw, circling to the right, looking to try to put maybe that left hand or that left kick on Jonathan Freeman. Now back to orthodox with Bermudez. Bermudez back to southpaw. So Bermudez has shown both stances, didn't show much from orthodox. A lot more of his movement and offense has been from southpaw. And he pushes the action to Freeman.
Rockets that one.
Ooh, Freeman chopping right hand.
Freeman does get one to the body there, but it takes 2 or 3 to the head.
Yeah. Did you hear the sound of the one Freeman?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. So it looks like this southpaw stance is giving Freeman fits. And if you notice, whenever Bermudez switches to orthodox, Freeman pulls the trigger right away and generally has some success. It looks like he's having trouble. Oh, over the right kick, come over the top, glances off the head of Freeman.
Bermudez is accurate. It's hard to hit John when he starts moving his head around like that.
Yeah, he found him. I think the stance is giving Freeman trouble. I'm off the top of my head, I'm not exactly sure what his record is in exchanges against southpaws. I mean, obviously he's a great fighter and he's winning a lot of his fights. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how much of that is done in the open stance battle.
Southpaw, yeah.
Or if he's fought a good southpaw.
Yeah. And Bermudez is clearly educated with that left hand.
Yeah, Freeman is, when he gets in tight and squares things up, the stance doesn't matter as much. But out at range, it looks like he's having trouble cracking the code. And he's not circling, he's not beating Bermudez to the outside. Bermudez is circling. See how Bermudez is trying to get his right foot to the outside of Freeman's lead foot.
Yeah.
Freeman content to sit down and brawl. Let's trade and let's go wild, because he wasn't doing too well at mid-range.
Yeah, Bermudez needs to keep it in the mid-range, keep the kicks involved, because when it becomes a boxing match, it comes closer.
Yeah.
It becomes much closer.
He's giving away the advantage that he was enjoying. Wow, how do you score that one?
That was close. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, we're getting into where I'm less likely to want to say what I think.
Say that, yeah.
From a strategic standpoint,
and from a fact that the guys are way scarier.
Right.
They could beat us up if we're talking crap.
I accidentally bumped into a guy earlier, just a guy. We just bumped into each other, but we both turned around like, whoa, sorry. And I think it's because when you are around at a venue like this, like everybody in here, everybody knows that dude. So when we all bump into each other, we're like, hey, oh, sorry. Hey, man, totally.
You're tougher than me.
My fault. No, my fault.
You're jacked, man.
Yeah.
You're looking great.
Everybody in here is scared. There's a lot of people, even the audience is here because they train with some of these guys.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the people who come to see fights.
Yeah, Freeman has got to do something to address the stance and the footwork and not stand in front of Bermudez and let him kick. There we go. There we go. He got his lead foot to the outside. Look, when Bermudez closes the stance down, when he steps forward, when Bermudez puts his left foot forward and steps to orthodox, Freeman enjoys far more success. Look, Freeman's defense is intact, Freeman's offense is intact. But when Bermudez comes back with southpaw, he lands.
Yep, absolutely.
And Freeman is shaking his head. That means it hurt.
God, Bermudez is swinging hard in the pocket now, too, and he's landing very clean.
Nice head movement from Freeman, very evasive.
Freeman's great with the head movement, but tonight Bermudez has been able to find him. I haven't seen many guys who can find Freeman once he starts ducking and diving around.
There we go. He made use of that outside low kick. Oh, a beautiful piece of footwork from Bermudez. Puts him in position into orthodox to actually land that right hand from the rear. Bermudez is a little slow. He's dragging his lead foot. Freeman is just making no attempts to beat him out there. Freeman could, and again, that same movement. It was like a little step over and a shift to a right hand. It's landed twice. There, Freeman beats him to the outside, so he's able to land a low kick. And again, the low kick, beating him to the outside to land that low kick.
Oof, beautiful shot with the hook there.
And if you notice, Freeman always uncorks when Bermudez steps into orthodox.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He knows that's his moment. Bermudez is really...
Now he's got Bermudez circling into his right hand. Bermudez has had very limited success in orthodox. And I guess that might be, it's just a time. Ooh, left hook.
They both trade there.
Right hook. And then a flurry of boxing. That last exchange, the last 10 seconds of that match, as far as striking.
John's really good in the last 10 or 15 seconds.
Well, and they were doing what he's good at.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Jonathan Freeman's stuff.
Well, I
right
think
there.
that's kind of that's when these guys get really good and they're used to kind of finishing people or landing big damage. They hear that clacker and they think, well, now I have to make my impression about the round. Especially if they feel like the round is close. They hear their coach saying, go, 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 and they feel that pressure to like attack the moment, right? He's getting as close as he can and still attacking. So I think that's leading to the boxing becoming the biggest factor in determining who wins the last exchange, and that's usually going to be Freeman, although Bermudez has caught Freeman cleanly with just punches a few times.
Yeah, it looks like Freeman's kind of standing in front of him a little too long. Taking a picture, as Snake said earlier, is just kind of looking at him.
Good analogy. Freeman bringing more out of the crowd. An entertainer at heart is Freeman, and he brings it out of his opponents as well, usually.
Come on, you jabronis.
All right. Jonathan calls Bermudez on and says, let's get it.
Freeman's experienced and tough enough to know that he might be down.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to go for it. There, look.
I don't see a lot of relaxation in his fights ever. I don't see him never not going for it typically. It's just a matter of how hard he's going for it.
He acknowledges, yeah, that was a good low kick.
Yeah, he's done that a few times where he's been like, all right, you got me.
It's a footwork issue. It is a footwork issue. There we go. That right there. There was a good piece of footwork from Freeman right there where he stepped over to cut him off. And now he's got him circling back to the right.
I would think if there's a shortcoming in the footwork that Todd would have seen it in the corner.
When Freeman manages boxing right there.
Tried to Freeman.
Yeah. Boxing Freeman. So look, he steps over to the right. He steps over to his left and sends Bermudez to his right.
Bermudez so far been a little inactive considering we're halfway through the round.
He said, come on.
But the optics so far now are him pressing forward quite a bit.
When Freeman steps to his left, Bermudez is forced to go to Freeman's right.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, wait.
Nice kick.
Walks straight forward into that front kick. When Bermudez switches stances and goes immediately, he's giving Freeman fits. And there's that big left kick.
This is a great fight with 30 seconds left.
That teep kick up the middle. There it is. See, he lands on the outside and has great success.
Man, I would love to see either one of these guys fight Dakota Gray. That'd be awesome. Or whoever is champion after tonight, I should say. I forgot Dakota has a fight there.
Yeah, it's not a foregone conclusion. He's got to fight for that thing tonight.
Fighting a tough dude in Cody Knoll. If you weren't aware, Dakota Gray coming up in 2 fights. As this one comes to a close, we've got the Butterfly, Jonathan Freeman, and Xavier Bermudez from Modern Warrior going the distance in a very close competitive fight. My broadcasting partner, IC Michael, will be taking a step away from the broadcasting booth for this next one to corner his student Adrian in the title fight that's coming our way right now, or right after this one, I should say.
After 3 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecard with your winner and still undefeated, Xavier Bermudez.
Xavier Bermudez, winner by...
Rock Hill, get ready. We have 3 back-to-back-to-back title fight starting now.